Leaked footage of Sayso's shooting suggests it wasn't a random hit. Now, rumors of a second shooter are spreading, with many claiming this was a calculated cleanup job, far more organized and deliberate than we were originally led to believe.
New details in the downtown shooting near FedEx Forum that killed Memphis rapper Sayso P and injured Houston rapper Sauce Walker.
On March 22nd, things took a deadly turn outside the Westin Hotel near the FedEx Forum in Memphis. Sauce Walker and his protege, COP, were caught lacking when a white Dodge Charger pulled up, and 3 shooters jumped out with no words, no warning, just straight gunfire. COP didn't make it. Sauce took a hit to the leg, but survived. Here's where it gets complicated. Police confirmed early on this wasn't some random street violence. It was personal. What's still unclear is exactly why. Nobody really knows what kind of heat COP had stirring in Memphis. But this wasn't your average robbery. There were no demands, no threats, no hesitation. The shooters exited the car and got to work like they had a mission. One shooter, wearing a red sweater, moved with intent. His body language alone made it clear. He wasn't just shooting wild. He had a purpose, and COP wasn't caught completely off guard. Reports say he died with his strap still on him, and footage shows a muzzle flash. He tried to fire back. Word even spread that he might have hit one of the shooters. His mother reportedly posted about it online, but that post vanished fast, like someone did when it gaining traction. One of the shooters, in particular, moved like someone who had done this before. Not a first-timer, not reckless. It was sharp, calculated, almost surgical. He circled back, doubled down, and sent a clear message now. Talk has shifted to Sauce Walker. Theories range from him being the actual target to him possibly getting set up. Some even suggested he ran off. But the footage tells a different story. Sauce took a bullet to the leg, dipped around the corner, and survived. If they wanted to finish him, they had the chance, but they didn't. That's what's making people speculate about a possible backdoor play. Not necessarily that Sauce set it up, but the energy he's been giving off since. Emotional, but also just off. Has people talking still. Seeing someone close to you get taken out like that would rattle anyone. That type of trauma doesn't just fade. And let's kill the rumor about Sauce being stood over. Never happened. He didn't just survive by luck. He moved smart. That quick shift might have been the difference between life and death. Then there's Sosa, another one of Sauce's guys. People noticed he didn't jump out to help. Maybe he was still in the SUV. Maybe it all happened too fast. But that silence around his role is raising questions at the end of it all. We still don't have every answer. But what we do know is that COP didn't fold. He stood tall, went out trying to fight back. And whoever fired those shots, they've spun the block before. Days later, one of the suspected shooters, Jayden Dandridge, turned up dead in Houston. Coincidence? Maybe. Or maybe the story's just getting started.
Memphis police say murder suspect Jayden Dandridge was found dead in Houston. The warrant for his arrest is now canceled. Police are now searching for 22-year-old Kevin Brown, who's been charged with murder and other crimes.
This wasn't some clean-cut hit. It's deeper than that. Jayden Dandridge's death raised even more questions than it answered. Just days after Memphis shooting that left COP dead and Sauce Walker injured, Jayden's body turned up in an abandoned, rundown building in Houston. It was March 27th, 4 days after the chaos in Memphis. Jayden was only 21. It wasn't an accident either. Authorities ruled a homicide, multiple gunshot wounds, eerily similar to how COP went out. But that's where things get murky. There's no official link between Jayden's death and the Memphis shooting. No confirmation this was retaliation, no clear motive, just pure speculation swirling through the streets. Some think it was payback. Others say it could have been an entirely separate beef. Either way, nothing solid, and nobody's talking a location where Jayden was found hasn't even been made public. No suspects, no persons of interest, no arrests. Houston PD is tight-lipped, and it feels like this whole thing went down in the shadows. The streets are restless with questions, but the silence from law enforcement has only made it worse. What adds more fuel to the fire is Jayden's background. He wasn't some random civilian. He was wanted in Memphis for first-degree murder, attempted murder, and auto theft. That stolen white Dodge Charger used in the March 22nd hit? It's been recovered, but whether it connects back to Jayden's death remains a mystery. Cops have gone quiet about him. Instead, their focus has shifted to another name, Kevin Brown, who's still on the run. They even put up a $6,000 reward for any info leading to his arrest. Meanwhile, Jayden's case is officially being treated as a standalone Houston homicide, with no visible crossover to the Memphis case. At least, not publicly. But let's keep it real. Whether Jaden got caught up in revenge, got lined up by someone in his own circle, or was just in the wrong place at the wrong time, the truth is still buried deep. What's got people online really talking is a pattern. It's looking like someone wanted COP gone, and whoever orchestrated it might have been tying up loose ends. First, COP drops. Then, one of the alleged shooters winds up dead. We've seen this play out before. Sauce Walker came out the hospital in a wheelchair, still showing love to COP with emotional tributes. But he's been moving different, more cautious, more reserved. And he gave CO his flowers too, loud and clear. But behind it all, you can feel the tension. Something about this whole story still doesn't add up.
Sayso P, man.
Sayso P. I mean,
Mafia, TSF, Memphis. Sayso P, Riley's finest. You know what I'm saying? Sauce and peace to my brother, man. Sayso P. I just witnessed my brother lose his life in front of my face down here in Memphis, and my brother had a wish list of things in Memphis that he wanted me to do with him.
Yeah.
Before his passing, before his demise, and I promised him that I would do these things, and regardless if he here to see me do it or watch me do it from above, I got to do that as a man of my word and a man of what I stand for.
COP and Sauce Walker's bond went beyond music. It was genuine brotherhood, rooted in mutual respect and shared struggles. Their first meeting was through street racing, a connection forged not for clout, but for authenticity. COP spoke about this in a 2023 interview, emphasizing their real, unshakable bond.
So I'm just riding, racing that motherfucker, just around in the city. Walk. That's how I ended up meeting Walk. He DM'd me like, "Yo, pull up, nigga, let's race that motherfucker."
Yeah.
So I pulled up and raced, and that shit kind of had me by.
COP and Sauce Walker's relationship went far beyond the usual music partnership. It was a real brotherhood, forged through shared struggles and mutual respect. They didn't just connect over music, but through their roots in Houston and Memphis, the grind, the hustle, the realness. Their story wasn't about industry clout or trying to build a brand. It was about keeping it genuine. Before they even started making music together, they were already vibing at car meets, freestyling, and building trust. It wasn't about the flashy image. It was about being solid. Sauce Walker didn't rush to bring COP into the fold of the Sauce Factory, TSF. He tested CO's loyalty first, making sure their bond was real before signing him. He wanted to be sure that the connection wasn't about clout, but about authenticity. When COP officially joined TSF, it wasn't just about music. It was about representing a deeper philosophy. Sauce Walker's label wasn't just a platform to get artists on. It was a space where being real was the key, and COP fit perfectly into that vision. He wasn't about fabricating street tales or living a false narrative. He was about staying true and spreading positivity through his music together. They dropped some serious bangers. In 2022, they released Making Stars, an anthem about overcoming struggles and pushing through adversity. Then in 2023, they dropped Furial, a gritty Houston-style track that showcased their musical chemistry. COP had teased even more unreleased music, calling it No Skips, showing just how much potential he had for growth as an artist. Potential we sadly never got to fully see, but their relationship was never just about the music. It was personal. COP made it clear that leaving TSF wasn't an option for him. Both he and Sauce came from hard backgrounds. CO from the project of Memphis, Sauce from Houston's Fifth Ward. Their shared struggles only made their bond stronger after COP's tragic death in March. Sauce Walker's tribute on Instagram spoke volumes. It wasn't just emotional words that stood out. It was a stance on the violence surrounding CO's death. Instead of seeking revenge or escalating the violence, Sauce stood firm in his belief that retaliation wasn't the answer. He made it clear there would be no further bloodshed, reinforcing his commitment to success without compromising his principles. This wasn't just about the streets. It was about maintaining their vision while staying authentic. Their relationship was a mentor-protege dynamic, with Sauce, the more established artist, guiding CO through the highs and lows of the music game. They weren't just about Houston or Memphis. They were about uniting Southern sounds and cultures. Their bond was a testament to how music can transcend geography and bring people together, even from different corners of the South. But let's be real. This isn't just about one tragic incident. This is about the growing danger that young artists face, especially in their own cities. The hip-hop community is showing love and paying respects, but the streets are speaking in codes. A lot of people think this was more than just a beef or street drama. It could have been retaliation or an attempt to silence someone. The new footage from the scene only adds fuel to that fire, confirming that COP was hunted. Nobody is saying it out loud, but behind the scenes, people are asking who stood to gain from this. With one suspect dead and the other still MIA, the truth might never fully come to light unless someone slips up COP's death is just another name added to the growing list of young artists taken too soon. As for Sauce Walker, surviving this incident could have made him the next target. What do you think about the situation with COP and Sauce Walker? Was this set up? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below.